What's going on, true believers? Welcome to another episode of One Shot. I am your host, Jacob. Uh, this week was okay. Uh, I'm more happy with the back issues that I ordered than the pool list that I had this week. But what can you do? Not every week's a winner, right? But let's get right into it, shall we? War of the Bounty Hunters, Darth Vader. This is picking up where the last one left off. Vader's trying to bait Luke to fight him. Luke knows that he can't beat him, so he takes off running instead, baiting Darth Vader to follow him, while Leia and the gang are trying to get Han Solo back on the planet. It's just kind of a chase. Nothing big happens. Nothing special. Just an okay story. Darth Vader. War of the Bounty Hunters. This is Bosch. This one was kind of cool because the character of Bosch always kind of interested me. The only time we've ever really seen this character is Princess Leia is wearing his outfit in Return of the Jedi. We don't know anything about him, his race, nothing like that, where she got the suit. But this one's kind of filling in a little bit of that backstory of who the bounty hunter was before Leia, I imagine, has the suit. Again, just an okay story, a little more interesting because it's a character that's not well known, but known about, and we're getting a little more backstory on. The Joker, issue 7. This one was, hate to say it, relatively boring. It was a lot of dialogue between Commissioner Gordon and some French liaison. The Court of Owls, I guess, makes an appearance. It's uneventful, again, rather boring, just dialogue heavy. Kind of a filler. But the series overall has been really good. Justice League Last Ride. This is issue number 5. This one was a little more action-oriented. The Flash and Superman are on the planet protecting Lobo right now, while Batman and the Green Lantern are trying to restart Apocalypse. Then there's another Green Lantern and Wonder Woman are in space fighting Mongol. Mongol is not there to pick up Lobo like everybody thinks, but he was led to Apocalypse. Superman and the Flash are fighting Brainiac and some other bounty hunters and stuff on the planet. Just an overall good story. Kind of that midway slump, it seems like. A little bit of the just action, not a whole lot of, I don't know, not hitting that high point yet, but kind of preparing for it. But overall, the series has been great. Justice League Last Ride. Chip Zdarsky. Gotta say his name at least once, right? Agony Issue One. This is Extreme Carnage 7 of 8. One more to go. This one, again, just an okay filler. I don't know a whole lot about that character of Agony, but things are coming together, and I have a feeling that the next one, which is going to be Extreme Carnage Omega, it's going to be an explosive issue. It feels like the pieces are all in place. Now something's going to blow up. It's going to be great, hopefully. But this one, again, this series has just been okay. The Scumbag, issue 10. It seems like it's been forever since I've read any Scumbag. Where we left him, he was on the moon base with the hippies. They were trying to hit the Earth with their love ray, while he kind of changed it to be an Ernie ray. His name is Ernie, so an Ernie ray, which turned the world basically into him. Like, everybody's just like him. So just a bunch of degenerates, drug users, orgies everywhere. Um, and so now the hippies and the people he was working for are kind of fighting against him to change the world back. They wind up changing the world back. Ernie's not happy about it. The hippies aren't happy about it, so they destroy the moon base. But the end of this one, Ernie makes a call to the guys that they're trying to fight, and is like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, he might be turning on everybody. But this series, just degenerative filth, and I love it. The Scumbag. Seven Secrets, issue 12. I say it every time I review this book. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on it. This one was a little bit better than the last have been, so might have me a little more in on it. But overall, this book, this series started out great, but now it's just it petered out, and I don't know if we're going to get that momentum back with this book. So again, don't know how much longer I'm going to be on this one. This one was better than the last, but still not great. Clans of Ballari. This is issue number 3. So the young girl from the previous issues, this takes place, it seems like, further in the future. She's now a pilot, like a fresh pilot, and there's a incident with one of the other clans, and people are gonna die if nobody does anything. Her boss basically tells the other clan leader, "We're not helping, bye," but she takes exception to that, and takes the mission on her own and goes and rescues these people. Her boss isn't happy, but she's like, "Hey, you can use this as a spin, and if you could just leave the fact that I disobeyed you out of it." And she's like, "You know what? You're right. Just don't do this again." So she goes and visits the man that raised her, to which these guys show up because they need a pilot, and he thinks they want him, basically a suicide mission, but they want her to go on it. They have no intention of having them come back from this mission, but they take on the mission anyway, and that's where it ends. The series has been alright. It's not been bad. I'm excited to see where it goes, for sure. Clans of Ballari. Batman 89. This story, I mean, I don't hate it, don't love it, but it's definitely good filler. It's kind of like we're finally getting to see if the older Batman series continued going on, how would they have done the characters like Two-Face and such. And we're finally getting to see that in this book. It's definitely a good story, just a fun read, but nothing really special, nothing big. Batman 89. I Am Batman number 1. So this is not Bruce Wayne. This is one of Lucius Fox's children. The magistrate program is in full swing, so anybody wearing a mask other than them basically gets shot and killed. The police handle normal crimes. The magistrate program handles superheroes and, well, masks, they call them. And Batman hasn't been seen for a long time. And now Fox is got his suit and he's going out making people aware that Batman is still around, and he's pretending to be Batman essentially, because he doesn't want any of Batman's equipment, none of that. He's kind of doing his own thing. It was an okay read. I don't know if it's really for me. I prefer the Bruce Wayne Batman, but yeah, what are you gonna do? It's not a bad story, not a great story. Seems like the theme for this week, not that great. Kang Issue 2. Kang is in Egypt around the Ramatut era. They kind of meet. They kind of know each other because they are the same person. It's weird. His Kang's outfit can transform. I don't know a whole lot about Kang, and I don't know if this is like a new thing, but his outfit transforms. He kind of becomes like an Iron Man looking character, and then later he tries to fit in the motif to be underneath Ramatut. There's a war with Apocalypse. Yeah, Apocalypse. And then that era also had a Moon Knight that he kind of fell in love with but lost touch. Series is okay. I mean, I guess I'm learning the history of Kang. If there is a history to Kang, really. Kang can be anywhere at any time. So, but it's okay. Not bad storytelling. And then I went through and picked up a few back issues. I said if I liked it, I'd pick up more, and I did. The Punisher. This series has been pretty good. I'm really enjoying it. Punisher. There's Electro. There's a kind of a conspiracy to take over LA. It's not bad, but this series is pretty good. I do enjoy this. Frank Castle being Frank Castle. But I did pick up issue 4. Issue number 5. There's definitely a color motif to these. Issue 6. And my favorite cover out of all of them, issue 7. Thought that was really cool. But yeah, I'm enjoying this series. I got 2 of these left to read. But that's not all. I got some really special books. Doug from Heroes and Games went to a convention, and he brought back a bunch of comics that piqued my interest. As you know, I'm an Amazing Spider-Man fan, and he brought back some gems for sure, and as well, he pressed them all for me. Did a fantastic job too. We'll start with Amazing Spider-Man 87. What a beautiful cover. This is in great condition. This is where Spider-Man reveals to everybody that he's Peter Parker. Peter Parker reveals that he's Spider-Man. But then he's got the flu, so he thinks he's losing his powers, so he thinks nothing of it. But then when he realizes, hey, I'm getting my powers back, it's just the flu, he kind of wants to take it back, so he comes up with a plot to get people to believe that, oh, it was just like a joke thing. Definitely a really cool issue there. Issue 149. This is the first appearance of Ben Reilly, Spider-Man's clone, but in this book, he's just some unnamed clone. Later on, they kind of, redid it, the storyline, and that is Ben Reilly that he's fighting. So it's the first appearance of Ben Reilly, which is pretty cool. Issue 209. This is a hot book right now. This is the first appearance of Calypso, which is Kraven the Hunter's love interest. Great condition book, pretty cool. 239, which is the second appearance of Hobgoblin, I believe. I do have the first. And if anybody knows about collecting the first issue, there were some free tattoos, like press-on tattoos, that came with it. Mine, unfortunately, is missing those, but is in still really good condition. But this is the second appearance of the Hobgoblin. He's definitely one of my favorite villains. And then more Hobgoblin fun. Definitely great artwork. Love it. That's 244. 245, which Spider-Man unmasks the Hobgoblin, but it's not the real Hobgoblin. Just a little story arc thing there. So there's been like several fake Hobgoblins. The Return of Hobgoblin, 275. Also starring the origin of Spider-Man. He gives the story of how he became Spider-Man to Mary Jane in this issue. It's the first time she's ever heard it. 289. I believe this is the issue. I know it says it, but you can never trust the titles on comics. I believe this is the issue where he finds out who the real Hobgoblin is, but I'm not quite sure. Issue, they're kind of stuck together a little bit. 290. This is the issue where Peter Parker proposes to Mary Jane. Definitely a bigger key. That white is obviously hard to keep clean, so this one is in immaculate condition. Really good. Love it. And the two big ones that I have here. I have another one. I have to go pick it up, but 298. That is the first appearance of Eddie Brock in a comic. Later in 2 issues, well, I believe he becomes Venom in the next issue as a cameo, maybe? I'm not sure. I can't remember. But 300 is the first full appearance of Venom. And I got to see a copy of it, but unfortunately was unable to purchase it. But the next best thing is issue 300. Love that Todd Mcfarlane goodness. This is in fantastic condition. I'm super happy with it. The price was great. Thanks, Doug. And this is definitely one of the gems in my collection right now. Well, that is all I have to show you today. What a great issue to end on. But if you guys liked the video, let me know down in the comments. Leave a like. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Show your friends. If you like my content, if you like my reviews, I'm still looking into doing some more stuff. Maybe updating my format a little bit more than I already have, because I'm not as good at off the cuff talking as I am with a script. I might start scripting. We'll see. But let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. What should I be reading? And you know what? As always, guys, have a good day.